Ian.
Good afternoon.
Welcome to Orlando. You come from Australia. I'm complaining about the jet lag, but I can't imagine what it must be like for you. Tell us, what did you think of the session on social media this morning?
Really interesting. I think that one of the challenges that the presenter threw out to the audience was really what impact social media has on shareholder democracy, because it's really in part taking away some of the rights of shareholders when it comes to engaging and owning companies. Some of that, the narrative around companies is being taken away from shareholders and put with consumers, customers, employees. So not, and I think this is where what he was saying, that social media activists don't have to be customers and they don't have to be shareholders. They can drive a campaign against a company without needing to be a shareholder or being a customer, and that poses all sorts of challenges, I think, for companies in the future.
And IOs must be quite busy at the moment. Pension funds apparently in Australia have decided to take a big part of their fund management in-house. So does that mean more interactions for IOs?
Well, it's off a low base, I have to say. So it's growing. That as many of the big pension funds are internalising some of their asset class management. At the moment, that means mainly Australian equities. Some of the bigger ones are setting up global equities teams as well, which is adding to for offshore companies. There's this growing opportunity to roadshow to Australia now, as well as more money, global equities money is actually managed from Australia, and that's a relatively new thing. Australia has the fourth largest pension fund market in the world now, and which is over $2 trillion. So as the allocation to global equities goes up, probably like the UK, there's traditionally been a fairly low allocation to global equities by Australian pension funds, but that's going up.
And the MiFID reforms in Europe, are they having any impact on life in Australia?
Yes, we're already seeing the signs of it. I mean, many of larger Australian companies who have UK shareholders some of them have already been written to by their major UK shareholders saying we don't use brokers or we're not going to use brokers in the future. So if you want to meet with us when you're coming to London, reach out to us directly. Don't use a broker. I think that there's going to be as there is in other parts of the world, that this MiFID II phenomenon is going to roll out slowly and have an impact globally, just as has been said a number of times at the NIRI conference over the last few days, that as the global fund managers who have a presence in the UK decide that this should be a global policy for them, not just a UK or a European-wide policy. But so for those fund managers, the Fidelities and Schroders and T. Rowe Prices, for example, who have a global footprint themselves, I think a number of them already have adopted a global policy that complies with MiFID II. And so it'll impact even over here in the US of A. I think it'll have an impact as well. But certainly in Australia, we're already seeing the signs of it.
Thank you very much.